All right. Okay, so welcome back to the Odyssey of the Dragonlords. Nice to be your DM again. So, having survived the attack by Lord Sidon, who sent a dragon rider, no less, to mock you before these centaurs came galloping through the storm to attack you. And despite several people going down, I think we had 3 down at once at the same time, you did manage to survive. So, heroes of the prophecy, as you gather and lick your wounds, what would you like to do?
Hide on somewhere and take a nice sleep.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, but maybe not here.
Yeah, no, we should definitely we should definitely get the hell out.
I just want to say, hope you all have a wonderful game.
Thank you.
The voice from beyond, Agnes. Thank you. That was random.
Yeah,
Is
he's
someone
going to bed.
unconscious here, or are they just like prone?
Just prone.
I was just not. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
No, I think everybody is up now. At the end of the session, everybody was up.
Yes.
Yep.
Well,
Yeah.
this-
And no, I'm all for that. Yeah, stepping away. I think we should get some distance from here, but settling down to sleep would be great.
Yeah, we should probably just try to get as far as we can, within reason, of course. But yeah, I don't want to rest here.
Agreed.
Can we
can't
see if
remember.
they quickly had anything on them?
Yeah, I was like, did we do that? I can't remember if we did that.
I don't think we did.
No, we did not.
Well, a quick skirt of their bodies reveals no men there all got a pike and a longbow. So I guess it'd be six pikes, 5 pikes? 5 pikes and 5 longbows if you wish to grab those.
Okay.
Yeah, might as well. Sell them.
Okay. So feel free to add that to your inventory.
I will add it to the.
Yeah, just putting stuff in Notepad.
Notepad. A great app.
Oh yeah,
Indispensable, in fact.
lifesaver.
Yeah, let's move.
Well, let me move you across to the world map. So that's exactly where you're, about halfway between the Mossy Temple and Estoria. And you could maybe press on to Estoria. You'd probably be travelling a few hours in the dark. Or you could rest here. It's up to you. Or rest somewhere close to here.
I'm fine resting outside. I like the outdoors.
Yeah, I
Fine.
don't want to potentially encounter something in the dark. I mean,
Yeah.
we're pretty drained, so yeah, I'm fine with just finding like a little hidden spot to camp out.
Okay, whoever's taking the lead to
Let's
find
do
a nicer spot to camp out, why don't you make me a survival check, see if you can find just the right place that would hide you.
Uh,
I'm assuming we have to refresh again. That
Yep,
seems to be
it's
a
not
weekly
working.
thing.
Did you want everybody to roll? Or just
Sure. You'll all have a look around. So everybody make me a
let me see. What did I roll in the game log?
That was a
Oh, I rolled a 5.
I had a
Right.
19 total.
A 19. Okay. So you follow the stream for about an hour. I will say, Mags, looking for just the right spot to hide in. You kind of find a place kind of ducked up here in the mountains, where you settle down to rest. While you're resting, though, since you did quite a good job of finding one, Mags, I'm going to have you roll or something. I'm going to have you roll 2 dice. Let's make sure the dice here. Roll me a D100 and roll it twice. Okay.
So 68 and 38.
68 and 38. Okay, and also roll me a D20, please. Oh,
I hope one's on the good side.
You set up, I assume you're setting up watches in your normal way as you settle down for the evening?
Yeah,
Yeah.
just normal
Yeah.
watches.
Okay. So thankfully, a 1 in this case gets the rare cheer, because 1 is actually better than a natural 20 in this case.
Oh, awesome.
So you settle down. You have to spend a few hours kind of in the daylight nursing your wounds, but you eventually set up camp, settle down for the evening, set out watches, and thankfully Magdalena found... Oh, no, who was it? It was Mags. Yes, Mags found the perfect spot to hide and avoid things. So unless there's anything you want to RP or do, we can just fast forward to early the next morning.
I would just, since since you're really the martial character here, I would ask Taryn to leave me whatever weapon you have, and I might be able to do a little something with it in the morning.
Sure. And I'll hand you my rapier and go to sleep.
Okay.
Just while I'm on watch, I'm gonna look over the shiny stuff that we got. I know we got gold amounts and stuff, but I just want to look them over and see what they look like, what colors they are, and what kind of gems are in there. I just want to know.
Cool. Is there anything in particular you're looking at, or are you just looking over the stuff that you got, the gold stuff that you got?
Specifically, I'd like to know what kind of gems are in the half dozen gems that we got.
Oh, amethyst, ruby. They're all of fairly low quality, like they got chips on them and stuff. I figure you get them for 50 gold piece for each one of them. So while they're not perfect, they're definitely great. Yeah.
Oh, so it's 50 gold pieces each. Gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty.
So to
But
the
no
right.
diamonds. It's all just,
No. No 300 gold piece diamonds, unfortunately.
No, but I'm pretty sure for Revivify, it's 300 gold pieces worth of diamonds.
That is true.
It's after that it has to be 1 diamond. So that's why I wanted to.
That is true. Alas, there are no diamonds.
Okay. Yeah, that's it for me. I'm ready to be able to have access to my magic again.
Okay, so let's fast forward. Morning comes and you are long rested, so get those precious spell slots back, those precious hit points, and you'll be good.
Hit point Schmidt points.
So now, yeah, your weapon is effectively +1.
Sick.
Nice. And you just need to touch it. Wow, that's pretty cool.
Yep.
Okay, nice.
Right, well, I think we should go back to Estoria. We have stuff to sell, some armor to fix, and then there's that whole business with what's his face and his daughter, right?
Pythor.
Yeah, the whole sacrifice thing.
Yeah. Yeah. We should probably work on that. Anyways,
I'm sure it'll
I
come
think
up
we
at,
should
at some point. But, yeah.
And it was 10 days when we left, right before the sacrifice. So what's it, like
think so.
7 now?
Yep, 7.
Okay.
Okay, so heading back to Estoria.
Yes.
The journey there goes uneventfully, and you arrive back in Estoria at about noon the next day. Kind of when you get to about here, you hear a bit of commotion happening over at the Rock of Estor, which we down through this path here. Something's happening down there.
You guys want to go check it out?
Sounds like a
Especially
commotion.
since, we did just hear a lot about that guy in our vision.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah,
And I
let's
just
take a
start
look.
walking.
Okay. So the first thing you've noticed is number one, the Rock of Estor has quite a bit of blood on it, as if something has been sacrificed there more than one day. And you notice on the rocks there's an oxen. Now this oxen looks very, very skinny. You can see its ribs. It doesn't look like it's diseased or anything. It just looks like it's very skinny. And you see some people there. You see 7 people all wearing the insignia of Sidon, the Lord of Storms. And you see another figure, which I have art for, I believe. Handouts, there we go. This person here, and all the other members of Sidon, the loyal followers of Sidon, are all watching this. And there's a goat there, an oxen there. And they're all waiting there, smiling. And you see coming back the other way, as you're coming down this path, you see a farmer of sorts, counting some gold pieces and heading back into town. What would you like to do?
What's going on?
I do know who you are. You're the so-called heroes of the prophecy, am I correct?
Are we?
Well, it is...
That's news.
It's not news to me. I know exactly who you are. But to answer your questions, yes, there's Magdalena, Cadus, Rainey. You seem to be missing a few people, but we'll see who turns up in an hour or so. But yes, this is a sacrifice to Lord Sidon. You're more than welcome to observe the celebration, I guess. Anytime something is sacrificed to Lord Sidon, it is a type of celebration. So please, pull up a seat on the bank.
I'm not a big fan of Sidon right now, and I'm not sure these sacrifices actually please him. If that's the right word.
This oxen, shall we say, keeps him amused. But what he really wants, and I know that you know this, What he really wants is Pythor's daughter. That will truly be a day of celebration.
See, I don't find sacrifice celebratory.
Well,
It's all kind of played out,
It's
don't you
not
think?
really. Nope. Nope. I don't like it.
let me put it this way. You can not celebrate it if you're not. But unless Anora is sacrificed, Lord Sidon will be most displeased, and this city will be razed to the ground, with endless hordes of Cyclops and Centaur. All those Lord Sidon will sack this town. So something is going to be sacrificed.
Well, what happens if she is sacrificed but makes it through the night? Is he still gonna rain down? Because I mean, that is the deal, right? She goes up there, but if she survives and she gets to live and the sacrifice still happened.
Well, here's the necessary conditions. The sacrifice is placed on the rock. If they make it through the night, then the sacrifice is considered to be done. The survival satisfies the condition. It will please Lord Sidon enough. So, if Anora survives the night on the Rock of Estor, well, Sidon will not be pleased, but that is the terms. But of course, I can see the way your head is ticking over even now. The sacrifice shall be weaponless. The sacrifice will receive no outside help. So you're thinking of
course,
some type of attack that will also, shall we say, lead to the endless hordes of centaurs descending on this town. So no interference.
you seem to know a lot about this. Now, is the sacrifice troubled by one thing or many?
What do you mean, troubled by one thing or many?
Oh, what kills them?
What
You
kills
put
them?
them on a rock.
Oh,
Is it lots of things that come after them, or is it just one?
well, that depends. Oh, look over there, out into the water. Do you see those ripples? You do see them. Just watch this. You're just in time. And this oxen is tied to a post. Like if it wanted to run away, it would have to break free of this post. But two creatures come up to sort of emerge from the water. And let me... Oh, I thought I had these. Just a second. Two creatures come up out of the water. They're kind of swimming, and they look like this. You can probably see it on the map. And I think if I do that, so this is what they look like. They're about, they're about the size of like a horse. They're pretty big. Big rocky hide, big teeth, and they climb up onto the stone. And they slowly lurch up to this oxen, who is just terrified, trying to break free from its chain that's held to this post in the center of the Rock of Estor. And it pulls, but it doesn't get away. And then these creatures casually come up, and both of them simultaneously sink their teeth into the oxen. And the oxen struggles for a while. You think it's probably going to bleed out, but before it bleeds out, turns into solid stone. And these creatures take a step back. Then one of them takes a big bite out of the stony leg of the oxen, chews it up for a second just casually. The other one kind of bites off most of its head, chews on it just casually. and then they drag the rock back into the water and start heading upstream. Over
Do you
this.
often use oxen as your sacrifice?
Well, oxen are good.
That was only one. What if you had like a bunch? What if we did that instead?
Well,
They've already run through like all of the farm animals here. Remember? You talked to that person? That's why the auction was so skinny.
let me put it this way. I think, for the price of a Nora, I think if you could come up with 50 oxen, that would be suitable.
Okay. Okay.
And just hypothetically, what would, in this free market economy, what would 50 oxen run us?
Oh, interesting choice of word. Yes, it is indeed a lot. It is a free market economy. Supply and demand, all those type of things. Single oxen is going for about 100 gold pieces at the moment.
Okay. I'm gonna be right back, and I'm gonna go talk to Pythor.
Okay.
Can we see where they, did they have they just came from underwater? There wasn't like a cave or anything they crawled out of?
They're kind of swimming upstream. They continue further upstream, almost like crocodiles on the surface. And they head upstream, and yeah, there's only one way the stream goes, so they head up that way.
As we move to head back to the southern gate, right here around the rock, is there what seems to be any sort of good hiding place or place that we could hide if we wanted to try and help, even though outside help isn't allowed?
There are places you could hide. Kara says, yeah, this is kind of one of those oath things, guys. If you're discovered,
Don't say that out loud. I was just looking.
Oh, you're just looking. Yeah, there are places.
Yes, I was just that was me looking. I wasn't saying that out loud. Trying to see if there was somewhere.
I mean, all these houses here are kind of built above a cliff face, so you could hide in these cliffs along here. There are places to hide.
Okay. Right. Well, I think 50 goats or oxen or whatever. It's gonna be very hard based on what that farmer was telling us. And
I'm
also,
pretty sure Pythor wants to save his daughter, though, so I'm at least
yeah,
gonna ask him.
but isn't part of the issue that she wants to sacrifice herself? Isn't that part of the problem?
Well, I think it's more of a she's willing to do it, but I'm still gonna ask Pythor if he's willing to pay for 50 oxen.
Okay.
I kind of need him. I mean, I can make his daughter mad. That's fine.
I mean, I don't care much for Pythor, but sure. Onward. I'm following you. This is your endeavor.
Okay, so you head back into the main streets of Estoria, having passed the southern gate, where merchants even now are coming back and forth. As you are entering, a man comes up to you, kind of looks on the skinny side and says, "Hey, buddy, can I have a word? Come on, I got the deal of a century here. Come on."
Who? Who is this and who do they come up to?
Mags.
I don't know if I'm looking for drugs.
No, man, it's not drugs.
Jack?
It's not drugs, right? Jeez, look. I happen to have
I was
this...
distracted for a minute there.
No, it's not drugs, man. Look, I've got this really, really cool magical item, and I don't know if you guys have ever heard of this, but there's this awesome spell called Fireball. You're familiar with it? Like, it smashes things and destroys things. One of the
Not the
greatest.
biggest fan of fire, but yeah.
Yeah, so, wow, Fireball, man, it's one of the coolest spells ever, man. And look, I got this thing. And he holds up this necklace, and he shows it to you.
Necklace of fireballs?
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. See these little beads, right? You you
Sorry, that's the above game. That was not Rainy. Rainy would have no idea. That was
Oh,
me.
okay. Well, and he holds up this necklace, and it looks at one point it had 6 beads on it, but now there's only 1 bead left. And he says, "Look, man, this is powerful, right? You take one of these beads and you kind of throw it, and it magically goes to where you say to throw it, and then it explodes in a massive ball of flame. Very, very powerful stuff, man. Man, are you interested? I mean, I could do you a good price."
Who'd you steal it
Your
from?
idea of a good price.
I didn't steal it from him. Well, make me an offer, man. Make me an offer.
Right, insight check this guy.
Sure. Oh, wow, 24. He is desperate to get rid of this for some reason. He just wants to sell it. Just desperate to sell it is what you get for a 24. So what do you say, man?
What's wrong with it that you're trying to get rid of it so badly?
Nothing wrong with it, man. It's what I says. It's a necklace of fireballs. You throw it, boom. It's cool.
Where'd you get it from?
It's
Well,
not.
wasn't it just the necklace of fireball? There's only
What?
one.
Yeah, well, that's semantics. That doesn't matter where I get it from. Look, make me an offer, man. I need the gold, all right? I just need the gold. Make me an
Nah,
offer.
shady. I'm just walking away.
Oh,
Yep.
come on, man.
Leaving.
Come on, just take it, man.
Have a good day.
Oh, God. Look, 1 gold piece. Just take it, 1 gold piece.
No.
Nah.
Silver piece, man. A silver piece.
Go to a pawn shop.
No,
I'm pretty
man.
sure. Out of game, pretty sure as soon as you said 1 gold piece, Xander would have been like, sold. Fire.
Oh,
But-
I think he wandered a different way, huh? Look at that.
Come on, man. How about just... And he's following you through town.
Already gone.
Yeah, he's keeping up with you. Come on, man. Look, just even I'll trade you for it, man. Have you got some old socks, anything, man? I'll trade you for it.
I think he really wants us to have this guy.
Can I
Yeah. You can sit.
Oh.
You can punch him. I will point out that you are in a city, and punching people is generally depending on how you punch them and why you're punching them. But definitely, if you want to punch them, you can.
He's harassing me, and I hit him.
Okay. Unarmed strike, 17. You clock him. What's your strength modifier, Taryn?
3.
So that's 4 points of damage. You clock him right in the nose, and his nose kind of smears off to the side and says, "Come on, man, there's no need for that. Just
have
to
treat
do that,
me, man.
Darren.
Stop following us. I'm just gonna walk off.
Just, man.
I mean, she gave you a warning, to be fair, you know.
It's steal of the century, man. You're the heroes of the prophecy, man. I know who you are. Just trying to help you out. Trying to get by.
What do we need a necklace of fireball with 1
Look,
fireball
look,
for a
hey,
gold? Something's
hey,
gonna happen.
hey.
It's gonna
I'm
explode
gonna
around my
point
neck.
my rapier at him and say,
What?
"Leave us alone."
Hey guys, no need for violence, okay?
I
Look,
can decide
man.
if I have a need for violence.
Look.
It's my violence.
Look, man. Why? Tell us why you don't want it, and maybe we'll take it.
Okay, first of all, I think Taryn was the one who made the threat, right? So Taryn, you can make me an intimidation check.
Look, he's threatening people!
Mags is coming, putting a hand on Taryn's shoulder, telling her to calm down.
Okay.
Where's my button?
gotta have the button. Intimidation, 15. Your views are coming up as only to the GM only, Taryn. You might want to look at your D&D,
yeah.
your Beyond 20 settings. But I see
it
it.
was because I was doing death saves. Whoops.
Ah, yeah, but I saw it as a 15, and then one with a 16. All right, man. I can tell you what. I look. I got this necklace from the necropolis at Talamoc. Like I was there, managed to sneak by the guardian there, and I managed to get this. And Kira says, "Oh, now we get to the bottom of it. So you're a grave robber, right? Just look, man, grave robber. It's shall we say it's recycling of goods, man. The dead don't need it, and so I took it. And Kira says, "Oh, guys, yeah, this guy's been cursed. If you're gonna start stealing from graves, especially some of the Dragonlords are stored up there at the necropolis, the bodies of the great Dragonlords."
Yeah, I have to go to the necropolis. What specifically is at the necropolis? Like who? Who did you take this from?
Why, I took it from a grave, man. There's like, I don't know, 12, 13 grave sites there of the old Dragon Lords, and man, they're dead, man. I'm thankful for all they did, but man, they're dead. I just, it's recycling. It's not grave robbing.
I suggest you go put it back.
Well, man, I tried to put it back, and I did put it back, but then I woke up in the next morning, and I have it again. And I've tried threw it into the river, I've buried it, but every morning I just come back with it. But I think if you guys were to not take it from me, but, an exchange of some thoughts, then I think you guys, the heroes of the prophecy, will be able to break the curse somehow. So what do you say?
Very sad for you that you cursed yourself, but I'm not going to take your cursed object.
Oh, come on, man. Let's give a guy a break.
No.
You probably shouldn't steal from the dead.
Yeah, this is kind of what you
And
get
at this
for
point, I'm
stealing
just
from the dead.
going to continue to walk.
Yeah, I'm going to follow Max.
Okay, the guy... Yep.
Hi.
The guy shrugs his shoulders and kind of leans up against the house. And as you go a bit further into town, a merchant comes up to you and says, "Oh, let me guess. Old Klaus the grave robber was trying to sell you his necklace of fireballs, wasn't he?"
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, I think you were wise to move along. See, old Klaus, he's not doing too good. He is kind of surviving, but not in a pleasant way. Anything he drinks turns to vinegar, and anything he eats turns to ash in his mouth. Seems he can never be satiated, he can never be fed, but he lives nevertheless. So I think it's very wise that you avoided buying the necklace from him. Because that's the only thing that would, move the curse from him onto you, is if you purchased it from him. You can't just give it away. So, smart, good move.
Yeah, he was very shady, so...
Yeah. Cursed as a grave robber.
Aaron's just going to keep walking towards the palace.
Okay.
I think she's on a mission. She doesn't seem to want to have anything to do with pleasantries. Or offloading the massive amount of stuff that we're dragging around right now.
Lugging it through town.
Yeah, I mean, we can offload it. We can
I mean,
I'm
if
sure
we're gonna
we'll
come
have
through
time
the
after we talk to
area,
the
we
king.
might as well offload it on our way up, just so we don't have to carry.
Sure, we're passing by markets. We can sell it.
All right, you just seemed very intent, and I'm not the strongest, and I don't like carrying all of this stuff.
Where's
Well, yeah.
the nearest, yeah, I guess market or whatever?
Well, this whole area along here is markets. Now, if you guys want to offload stuff, that's fine. Let's make a group persuasion check. So everybody make me a persuasion check. And depending on how we do with this group check, well, you might be able to get more or less for your items.
We'll give
mean,
myself guidance because I'll need it.
Sure, 23s.
You should really let me talk. I'm good at it.
It does say that I get advantage if I'm talking with people that have good tact or social graces. I don't know if that counts here or not.
Sure. So an 18, a 12, or plus 6. Plus 6 for an 18 and a 15 and a 23.
23.
Yeah, that's pretty good. So any common items you have, like longbows, you can get, we'll say 3/4 values for. So whatever the player's handbook says for longbows, which I can quickly look up. So let's just go through the list. I don't think this is much fun going through line by line by line. So let's just...
50.
50? Okay. So for each longbow, what did I say? 3/4? So...
Yeah.
Yep.
35.
Times 5. Okay, what?
Times 7.
Let's do it here. So first for the longbow.
175. 100.
Yep. What else do you have?
Pikes.
Yeah, the pikes. We have a bunch of gems as well. Jewelry. We have necklaces.
Okay, let's go through the pikes first. Pike is worth 5 gold pieces. So that's 30 times 75.75. Oops.
That would be 175 silver pieces.
Did I do that right? So how many we got? 5. Was it 5 or 6 pikes? It's 5, right? So
So yeah.
that's 25 gold
Oh, yeah.
pieces times
I typed them in before we counted.
Ugh.
That we realized there was 5 in that.
So 18.75 gold. What other common things do you have?
Then it's just the gems, rings, and we have golden arrows.
Necklaces as well.
I don't think we're getting rid of that. I don't think we're getting rid of the golden arrows. But we have the necklaces, rings, and gems.
Okay.
And a silvered spear. I don't think anybody wanted that.
No, we didn't.
Okay. So, so you got 2 necklaces worth 100 gold pieces, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that would be another 70. What? 100 gold pieces is 75, 150.
150.
So that's where we're at the moment. 4 rings worth 50 gold pieces. So
Another 150.
4 rings.
Because 4 times 50 is 200, so 150.
Okay. Okay.
And then 225 for the gems. Because it would be 300 at full price.
Mm-hmm. Okay, that's
And then there's the just the gold and the silver that we found as well, which is 46 gold and 137 silver.
So you have that much gold and 37 silver. How many silver?
137.
37. So 13.7 gold.
Nice.
Not bad.
Okay. And do we want to just split that out right now since we're doing math?
Yeah,
just
might
say
as well.
divided
If
by
anybody
6.
needs anything, we can.
I would say
So-
divide that number by 6, because that's how many of us there are. Unless Kira wants any money.
Oh, no. I don't want any money. I'm happy just to record your exploits. Yeah, I'm good. You split it up amongst yourselves.
Okay, so let's do 129 each, and then leave the 7 silver and 5 copper pieces in the loot, just so we don't have to worry about separating it out at this moment. So
Okay.
I'll update the party loot, but everybody can take 129 gold pieces.
Cool. It takes a good hour of bartering back and forth to get these prices. The merchants, with your persuasion checks, this is why you're getting 3/4 price. Normally it'd be half price. You do notice, I know you're on your way to see Pythor, it seems, but there is a play going on here at the amphitheatre, and you hear around the place that the Festival of Wine is in full swing, which is why there is a play going on at the amphitheatre. It seems to have morning shows, matinee shows, and evening shows, so you could check that out if you like as well. But in the meantime, you're off to see King Pythor.
Yeah.
Okay. So you head over to see King Pythor in his palace, and you enter into his throne room, and it's kind of depressing, I guess you would say. He's there leaning up against his big throne, a beer in his one hand, and he's kind of slumped back and taking sips, and there's a big plate of food kind of put to the side of the table, and every so often he grabs a massive drumstick, starts chewing on it, puts it down, drinks some more, and he sees you, and he says, and he kind of steps up a little bit from his chair and says, "Oh, the heroes of the prophecy. Yeah. Hi."
Hi. So, here's what I'm thinking, right? We can help you out and save your daughter and all that. You
Oh.
gotta stop getting so drunk.
Fish has got to swim, man. Look, my daughter is due to be sacrificed, and there's not a goddamn thing I can do about it.
There
And
is actually.
okay, I'm listening.
Can you give me 50 oxen?
See, here's the problem with the 50 oxen. Actually looking at 50, 100, like about 5,000 gold pieces. Do you have 5,000 gold pieces? Because I don't.
Is your daughter worth it?
Oh, she's worth all the treasure in the world, but I just don't have it. The thing you gotta understand is the last few years, maybe longer, We've been under a terrible, terrible drought. And I've done my best to save the people of this town, but shall we say the coffers just got smaller, smaller. And now the whole city is basically running on fumes. So,
All your wine.
well, I have my sources. I'm going through a bit of wine, but 5,000 gold pieces of wine, that's just ridiculous. I don't have that much. Sorry.
Well, do you know where you or us could find it?
Well, I don't know. There are plenty.
You don't know?
When if I knew where there was 5,000 gold pieces, don't you think I would have got up by now?
No.
You're a little drunk. I don't know if you could get anything.
Look, I may be a little drunk, but I'm known to smash into a hedge in my time, rip out the eyes of Cyclops. I have done my fair share, and I still know how to do it.
And when was the last time you did that?
Oh, it's been a few years ago now, but I'm sure it's muscle memory. It's muscle memory.
Mm-hmm.
Look, you can cast aspersions on me if you like, but look, and at this point he's almost tearing up. Look, if I did have 5,000 gold pieces to give you, I would give you 5,000 gold pieces if it means saving my daughter. I don't know where all these jabs are coming from. I just want my daughter safe, but she's stubborn. She insists on being sacrificed. What's a dad to do?
Does she follow Sidon?
No, she doesn't. She's not a follower of Sidon, but I mean, if you liked her, you could talk to her, if you want to. But she seems pretty set. She thinks that if the sacrifice means keeping the city safe, then she's more than happy to do it. I mean, her logic is kind of sound, right? One person dies, thousands live. That's her point of view. Feel free to talk to her about it yourself if you want. Well, that's her position.
Okay, so you don't know where 5,000 gold pieces is, but do you know where 50 oxen are?
I mean, probably more out in the heartlands. You could maybe rustle up 100. That would be hard to do considering the sacrifice is just 7 days away. It's a long time to get 50 oxen.
I have an interesting, maybe different idea.
Well, let's share it.
We can't interrupt or do anything to stop the sacrifice while it's happening. No
Nope.
outside. Okay, cool. What if we did something before, like Max noticed these things? I don't know what they were. Creatures in the water that like bite the sacrifice. What if those just weren't there to attack the sacrifice to begin?
That's an option. I mean, if you kill the thing that's going to kill her, that could work.
Do you have any idea where those things would like nest up?
I
Like
mean,
any, I don't know, breeding grounds or something? I don't know.
And they always head north up the river. That's about all I know. It could be an option.
And hypothetically, let's say while this whole ceremony was taking place, someone did interfere. What would happen?
At this point, Kairos picks up and says, yeah, that's kind of breaking the rules. I mean, oaths and rules are things that kings and everybody's kind of bound by. If you interfere with the sacrifice from the time Honora is put on the rock, say, till dawn arrives the next morning, if any interruptions, any people are interfering, trying to save her life, all bets are off. Right?
Well,
Okay, so
what's considered interference? Moving her?
or okay, so we can't interfere during the ceremony. Nothing says we can't interfere before the ceremony.
Well, okay. Yeah, I think you might be onto something here. Okay, look, let me lay out the rules as simply as I can so we know the bounds of which we're working from.
Put it on
When
paper.
Yeah, okay, so when the sun sets, assuming nothing
On the
happens
page.
in the meantime.
Flip the page on the back. Of
Okay,
that
okay.
one.
So,
You're writing over your previous handwriting.
those.
Settle. Okay.
All right.
We have 7 days. Settle down.
So, at dusk, when the sun goes down, Honora will be chained to the rock of Estor. If she leaves the rock before dawn, the sacrifice is null and void, and if Sidon is true to his word, the whole city gets invaded by centaurs and cyclopses, and the end of Estoria as we know it. Okay. If anybody interferes with either the person being sacrificed or the creatures coming to, eat her or whatever, attacking those creatures, null and void. If she brings on any weapons, null and void. She's effectively wearing sacrificial robes, and that's about it. That's it. So no interference, no helping her or hindering the things coming for her to be sacrificed to. So those are the bounds where we're working with. She can have no weapons, no magical spells, nothing like that.
But there's nothing specifically specifying like a time frame. Like it says we can't interfere during the sacrifice, correct?
Yes, you can't interfere from dusk till dawn.
From dusk till dawn of that
How
of the day
long
of
is
the
that
sacrifice,
right
basically.
now? How many hours is that right now?
Oh, it's about 8 hours? So if there's things you can do beforehand, I don't imagine that would be a problem.
Mm-hmm.
It will annoy some people for sure, but I don't think you're breaking any oaths or any rules doing it that way.
Kira, you've been annoying Sidon since day one.
Yeah.
I feel like we're going to continue to do that.
Are we?
And I don't really think we're going to be able to avoid it.
Okay.
Well, Sidon's a piece of shit, and I mean, I'm going to continue to annoy him at least, so, yeah.
Well, yeah, Sidon is a piece of shit, but he is still bound. I mean, keep in mind the oath of the oath of peace is getting perilously close to expiring. He's still bound by rules. He's allowed to demand sacrifices.
Within the rules, I don't understand.
What was that? Say again, sorry?
How is he allowed to attack while the Oath of Peace is up? Isn't that what he's threatening?
Oh,
How would he be allowed to do that?
He's not attacking. He is not attacking directly. He's demanding a sacrifice. Yeah, and he's people loyal to him.
We wouldn't be interfering directly if we do it outside of the business hours.
As I said, I think that is correct. Anything outside of the business hours. Of course, things like, equipping her with spells and things just before the sacrifice. I think that would be frowned on. But the days leading up to it, yeah, I don't see a problem with that.
Right. Well, if we're gonna do this, which sounds like we are, Pythor, Do you have anything you could offer to help us as we attempt to prevent the death of your daughter during the sacrifice?
Or do you know, like, somebody who might be able to help us?
Well, look, I know that when you killed the great boar, you sacrificed the boar to me. I don't think I don't appreciate it, but I am, in a very real sense, in your debt. And if you ask me to do something, I will do it. But of course, I am still bound by my oaths. But if you're going hunting or something, I could definitely help out. I
What
mean,
about helping us with something a little bit larger?
as I said, an oath of service. I am bound by my oath.
We have to find a lost forge, claim some weapons, and maybe that would be a lot easier to do if you were helping us.
Well, oath? I did your oath to me, so yes. I can come to you. You say you're looking to relight the Great Forge?
Yeah, do you know where that is?
I can definitely take you there.
Okay.
I mean,
you know where the lost forge is?
yeah. I mean, the problem isn't finding it so much as trying to get it relit. I suggest you go talk to my brother Vulcan. He's off in his forge. He might have more information about it for you. I mean, he's been moaning and complaining about all these old weapons and talking about the magnificent things he could make if only his forge was relit. So, it's his forge, but he's unable to relight it. But if you want more information about it, go talk to Vulcan. But if you wish to accompany you to relight the Great Forge, thumbs up. As I said,
How far away is the Great Forge? Because, I'm trying to figure out all these timelines.
That can definitely wait till after the sacrifice.
yeah, would be pushing it to get to the forge and back in 7 days.
Yeah, that can wait.
Time frames. Is there any other things you're looking to do? Maybe something else I can help you with in the meantime?
You want to help us try to kill these creatures?
Well, oath of service. I get to do what you ask me to do. If you want me to come with you to kill these creatures, if we can find them, and we kill them, then that will be my oath fulfilled. Hey, Xander! You're here!
Hello. I didn't want to barge in.
No problem. Take 129 gold pieces, firstly, Xander, from your sold loot. So take 129.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. So I an oath of service. If you want me to come kill creatures with you, that's fine. If you want me to go with you to the forge, that's fine. But it's kind of a one and done deal here.
One and done?
We only get one thing from
Yeah.
Then
We
we'll
might
talk
wanna-
to you later about the forge.
Yeah, I was going to say we might want to think carefully how we want to cash in on that one. But yes, we appreciate the honor and whatnot.
It's my oath, right? Gotta do it. Even the gods are bound by oaths.
Right. So you said that these creatures, they go north up the river?
Yep.
Just like past the city, they've been seen going up past the city, or just north of the rock? Because those are two very different.
Up the river outside of the city.
Okay. All
can follow the river and try to find them. And
I'm sure. Yeah, it's at some point we'll have to run into some type of
Yeah, that's good.
some sign.
Are you sure we don't want to stock up on anything though before we leave? You know, a lot of you almost died last time, so.
Oh, we can definitely if we need to, arm up or whatever. I know Zagnus needs new armor.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was just about to mention that.
Yeah.
Seems like he was
that's
taking.
why I was bringing it up.
And I would not mind finding maybe some cheap spell that I could put in my spell book if
Oh, you sure you didn't want that necklace of fireball?
Yeah, I don't think he's gonna. You don't want to get a curse on you.
What?
That's bad juju.
somebody tried to sell us a grave robbed necklace that would have cursed you to not be able to eat and drink.
Oh my. Okay.
But it had a fireball.
Just a gold piece, man. Just a gold piece.
Single fireball.
Yeah, I think I refute that.
Nah, Taryn punched the guy in the face, and at first I thought it was a little extreme, but then I found out where he took it from, and I was like, okay, yeah, it's kind of justified.
Right, so maybe, look, we're gonna go up the, I'm gonna turn to Pythor, because I assume we've been chatting in front of him, and he's probably gone back to drinking. Look,
Yeah.
we will go scout up the river, and see if maybe we can solve this problem before it's a problem. We'll get back to you, because we're probably gonna want your help on that forge stuff. I'm still a little iffy on exactly what we're doing there. But yeah, and whether we succeed or fail, we'll be back sometime before the sacrifice to discuss things with you.
All right, sounds good.
All right, let's go. I don't want to talk in front of this drunk guy.
Okay, you get up. Sounds like you're leaving. And Pythor says, "Oh, it's Rainy. Rainy, may I have a quick word with you first, please, before you go?"
Me?
Yes.
Okay. Sure.
It's sort of a private conversation, if you understand. So if the rest of you wouldn't mind, otherwise won't be long. I just need a quick chat with Rainy.
Earmuffs, guys.
That's fine.
Okay, so are you guys giving them their privacy? If you are, then I'm going to just switch over to the other voice
Mag's
channel.
actually, while this is going on, she wants to really quickly go make sure that that kid got home.
Sure. We'll
she said she gave me her father's name or whatever.
Yep. We'll do that right after this. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Voice channel 2, Rainy.
All right.
So look, Rainy. Look, I know about your, shall we say, parentage and your unique link to Velis, shall we say.
Yeah.
Like I can tell just by looking at you, there's some, shall we say, divine blood flowing through your veins. I mean, I have, I don't know how many.
You can tell? But
I can tell.
what gives it away?
Well, it's just the manner about you. There's just something special about children of the god, shall we say. Like, you're not a god, right? You're a demigod. I'm not sure if you'd agree to this. I'm not sure if the Order of Sidon would go for it. But basically what they want is a divine touch child being sacrificed.
Oh.
So if
You want me to take your daughter's place, I see.
Well, not to put too... Look, I'm just throwing this out there as an option.
Oh, no. I was already thinking about it, but I wasn't going to offer it until it was like the last option.
Yes, just you might need to talk to Nora. I mean, she's all for sacrificing herself. I think you're like I assume, I'm just guessing, you don't want to be sacrificed on a rock, right?
No, not really. I mean,
And
just only got used to
that's
living, so.
that's the difference between you and Enora. Enora, no problem being sacrificed. But you got some smarts about you.
Oh, smart.
Well, you don't want to get sacrificed on a rock, right? That's just pretty basic.
No, no, I don't. I do want to save your daughter.
Well, I think she doesn't want to be saved.
I don't know it's so much as she doesn't want to be saved, as so much as she wants to do the saving, and maybe this is the only way she thinks she can.
Well, yeah. Well, as I said, you don't want to die. She's happy with dying. So maybe, I don't know, if you want to talk to her, you'd have to bounce it past the Order of Sidon as well. I think they'd go for it, though.
Probably. Well, like I said, I am definitely thinking about it, but I think first we're gonna go try to hunt down these creatures.
Oh, okay, sure. And, have, I have some information I think you might be interested in. But I do, but look, I'm gonna be one of those guys, like, once the sacrifice is completed in 7 days, no matter what way it goes, as long as you survive, then I've got a little bit of information I can give you.
Is it about my mom? You know I've never met her, right?
In
fact, well, I mean, that doesn't say much. I've only been around for like 7 months, so.
Well, it's complicated, but yes, it has to do with your mother and me and our strange relationship, shall we say. But yes, it has to do with your mother, Velis.
Oh, okay. Well, I look forward to hearing it.
And I look forward to you not being sacrificed.
I look forward to nobody dying.
Alright.
That would be nice. Well, I'm gonna go figure this stuff out and I'll get back to you.
Okay. And he goes back to drinking.
You really should cut back, you know.
That's alright. Strong stamina.
Yeah, everybody's got a breaking point.
Godly stamina.
Everybody's got a breaking point.
Okay. And he goes back to drinking. You're leaving, Rainy? Can we bounce back to the chat?
Yes, I am.
Okay. Okay, cool.
No, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so you now have your +5 Holy Avenger Rainy and your +3 Plate Mail. You're all set.
Cool, we're all dead.
Now, after however long we just spent talking, Rainy emerges.
We really quickly, since we're right by the dragon shrine, we want to bring the horn back.
Okay.
Since that's where it was originally, correct?
Yes, it was originally at the dragon shrine. Aesop, he thought it was there, it was stolen. You now know it was stolen, you can return it back. But actually, we're just going to take a short break. I have a sick child upstairs. I just want to go check on him and give him a hug.
Oh, sure.
So it'll just be 5 minutes. We'll take a slightly earlier break than usual. Okay, see you guys in 5.
All right.
Okay.
Alrighty.
Okay.
This time, when I talk, my body tells me not to because my throat is too sore for that. So it's telling me not to and swallow slowly.
Okay, that's a good idea.
And I have to wash a blanket because it has germs on it.
Okay, come on. Go check on Riley. videos on my phone. You got to listen to the volume, right?
No, sometimes I listen to mine silently because
Okay, if you
I
don't want to
usually
use that,
don't.
that's fine.
Yeah, because I always listen to mine silently.
Okay, as long as it's quiet, right? Okay. Okay. I am back. I do. Is it just me echoing myself? I'm going to hang up. Do I have an echo now? That sounds better. Okay, don't know what that was, but nothing like a reset to sort these things out. Okay, let's get back into it. So we'll pick up, I don't know if you guys, so Rainy, you've left the King's Palace, having had a conversation with Pythor. Don't know if you guys want to talk about that, or just head over to Aesop, or maybe Coroner's dad. What do you want to do?
I think we were gonna bring the horn back and then see her dad.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay, so you head back over to the Dragon Shrine, where Aesop is there. And he says, oh, well, welcome back. Everything go okay, I assume?
Well, we got your thing back
Oh.
for you.
Oh my goodness, you are kidding me. That is absolutely amazing. Can I see it?
Sure, I pull it off of my back. It's as big as I am.
Oh, I guess you probably would have seen it anyway. Oh wow, that is amazing. I thought it was going to be lost for maybe an eternity. Wow, you guys are amazing, and the Dragon Shrine thanks you, and Aesop, thank you. You've done an amazing thing.
Yeah. So what's the deal with the spooky ghost ship?
Well, well, and he goes and he tells you basically what, sorry, just getting my notes here. Sorry, just a sec. Well, the spooky ghost ship. What spooky ghost ship? What are you talking about?
Oh, the one that was captained by Estor and, roams the seas and has furs by Lutheria.
Oh, yeah. Well,
Mitros.
yeah.
That
Well,
one?
yeah. Well, that mine sounds as if you already know. Yeah, the ghost ship. Yeah, the Ultros. It's run by Esther Ekelander. Yeah, doomed, cursed to forever roam the seas, never dying as promised by Lutheria, but never truly alive either. I don't know, I suspect Kira has told you this already, but the only person who's likely to even have an inkling of an idea where the Ultros is King Achatus of Mitros. Yeah, go over and talk to him. He can tell you more about the ghost ship. If anybody can, he can. But,
Ships. All right.
yeah, that's... Well,
A couple people sent you text messages, but your mom and her nails.
oh, that's okay. Yeah, so go talk to King Mitros. Speaking of the King of Mitros, I might actually have one more favor I'll require of you. So can you do your old bud Aesop a favor?
Sure. What do you got?
Well, this is of, I think, quite a serious thing I'm going to ask you. And I'm going to actually ask you to swear an oath to do this.
What kind of oath?
Well, here's the thing. I mean, gods, mortals, even the titans themselves are bound by oaths. And if you break an oath, well, let's just say the curses will rain down from upon high onto you. Oath breakers are considered very cursed, damned individuals.
Yeah, you're the one that wants a favor from us. But you
Yeah.
also want an oath from us.
I
So,
do.
what are we
Because,
getting at?
well, look, if you can't do it, that's fine. If you don't want to, that's fine. I just consider this of such critical importance that an oath will be required just to keep myself at ease, I guess.
Well, I think we just would like to know what you need us to do before we, swear it.
Also, what kind of oath? What oath
Yeah,
are you at?
we need a little bit more information here, I think.
Yeah, I completely agree with
And
Max.
yes, I agree to an oath. That causes lots of problems. I learned that.
Yeah, well, it's an oath. You just swear to do something, right? You say, I officially take an oath to perform this task. And if you don't,
Yeah, but what do you want us to swear to do? You want us to swear to do the favor? Or you want us to swear to keep the favor a secret? Or what?
well, look, tell you what. You might think this is trivial, and I don't think you'll have a problem doing it. All I need you to do, I think this has got built up a bit too quickly. All I need you to do is to swear an oath to take the horn to Queen Velis in Mitros.
Okay, you could have just led with that.
I know. I did it backwards. I mean, it's like, was it go sacrifice 50 virgins to decide on something like that? No.
It's cool. I appreciate the theatrics. Yeah.
Sure,
I mean,
I'll do that.
yeah, that
No
sounds
problem.
reasonable.
Okay,
Do you
now,
know how hard is the journey, though?
well, it's not terribly far away.
Or at least I do.
So just to remind you, you'd know this being a local thing, Mitros is down here. So
Oh, it's not this far.
not that far away, no. So not that far away.
There, where she went to paladin school.
Let me get you back to Estoria. Okay, yeah, so, as I said, you're right, Mags. I really should have left it with that. But there's a slight, shall we say, here in the soup. This is where things get a little bit more complicated. Like, give it to Queen Velis. Easy. Where it becomes tricky is the King Ecatus, the King of Mitros. He might try and claim the horn for himself as a symbol of resurrecting the Order of the Dragonlords. So make sure it gets into Queen Velis's hands. By no means allow it to get into King Ecatus's hands. So slight here in the soup.
So, well, what is she gonna do with it?
Well,
Mama says I'm going back inside.
oh, okay.
Well, I mean, I'm all for that. I understand. We give it to who we're supposed to give it to. And that's it.
Can I have some of my peppermint?
Sorry, what was that?
Maybe
Yeah, but Mum is home?
Mhm.
How do you know?
Because she just opened the door and told me to go inside.
Oh, right there?
Mhm.
Oh, okay, cool. Okay. So where were we? So why does Queen Valis want it? That I think is best if you talk to Queen Valis herself.
Okay.
Okay, so you guys are clear on the oath? Give it to Queen Valis. You need to perform this.
So what
Swear
is?
upon my honor that I will return the Dragonhorn to Queen Belle.
Fantastic.
So we don't we giving to her without knowing what she's planning to do with it.
Why is it important that he doesn't get it?
No.
Let's just say
Well,
things are strained between Valis and King Achatus. I think it's best if you talk to her about it. I mean, I know you're grilling me for more information, but best if you just take it to Queen Valis. I mean, if you're heading to Mitros anyway, right? I haven't given you a timeline. It's just important that it gets her in the short-term future. Could be next week, could be a month. Beyond that, though, you're stretching it a bit.
I am A-okay with this.
All right. What about you, Mags? Can you swear this oath for me?
I do.
Cadus? Oh, Terran, sorry.
Sure.
And what about you, Mr. Xander?
Okay, I guess I roll inside, but it was poor roll, so I'll swear.
All
I'll
right.
swear the oath.
Oh yeah, you'll have to refresh D&D Beyond. It's doing that same thing.
Yeah, I'll roll 3. So. But I'll refresh.
You can ignore the 3s. All right. Well, I wish you guys luck. Is there anything else I can help with?
You know a good place to get some armor repaired? Zagnus's stuff got corroded.
Melted by the ooze.
Oh, I know the place to get your armor repaired. That would be at Vulcan's Forge.
I've got to go there anyway.
Well, there we go. The fates are all lined up. All right. Don't forget your oath. Oh, excuse me.
There's so many of them. How are we supposed to remember?
So what's the
I don't
order
know.
of-
As I'm writing down a little notebook. Oath. Okay. Oath. Yeah. Oath. Okay.
Well, currently you're under the oath of friendship, of course. That one of you.
Decipher my own chicken scratch.
So you have the oath of friendship at the moment, which basically of one person's fame is everybody's fame, and one person's mistake is everybody's mistake. Like, for example, if one of you took an oath, only one of you agreed to return the oath of the horn to Queen Valis. Only one of you decided to take that oath, and then one person refused to do it, and then you'd all be under the curse that would fall onto the oath breaker. Similarly, like you've met the grave robber. If one of you guys get into grave robbing and only one person does it, all of you will be cursed. So,
Oh,
Let's keep that all in mind there.
Yeah.
I really wouldn't appreciate being cursed, so
Yeah. Rainy, please don't do any oath until we all agree.
yeah.
well. Whatever.
Did the wife check in with Corina? She told us to say hey to her dad.
Yeah.
oh sure.
Yeah.
Do you remember his name, Max?
Theracles.
Theracles. Okay. Do you remember where he was?
She just said he was in Estoria, I believe.
Well, if she didn't tell you, I assume that was my mistake. She would have told you He is in the Estorian vineyards, which are up through this gate here.
So do we want to do the forge first?
Yeah, well, we could stop there on the way out. That's fine.
Well, yeah, because we're already in town. May as
Yeah,
well
yeah.
stop by the forge.
Okay. As you're passing, actually, I'm gonna have you guys roll for this. I don't know, Rainy, roll me a d20, please.
19. I'm rolling a d20 right now.
7. Okay. As you're passing outside of the king's palace into the nicer area, the palace is inherently nice, into these market stalls on the outside here, we see an old woman, and she's sitting there. She's in raggedy clothes. Her teeth are an absolute mess, and she's got a stick, a quarterstaff type of thing. So nobody gives respect to me, you! And she points right at Taryn. You! Bow down before the Lady of Dreams or be cursed forever! Bow down!
You're the Lady of Dreams?
I am the Lady of Dreams! Bow down before me!
So you're Lutheria.
I am the Lady of Dreams! Bow down before me!
Sure.
Are you the one that gave us those weird visions and hurt us?
Yes! Yes, I infect people's dreams and I demand you bow down before me, or be cursed with nightmares from this day forth!
I'm just gonna be nice to the old lady.
Yeah, I would like to insight as well if I can.
Okay, so insight, hard to get a read on her. Magdalena, she thinks she's the Lady of Dreams.
I'm gonna go ahead and just give her a little bow and then stand up.
Respect! I like that! Nobody respects the Lady of Dreams. You need to bow down as well! Pointing to Mags, and kind of wraps her quarterstaff right in front of you. Bow down before the Lady of Dreams, or be cursed with nightmares from this day forth!
Lutheria?
I prefer the less formal Lady of Dreams.
Lady of Dreams. Dreams are nice, right? It's nightmares that are bad.
Dreams can be nice. Dreams are always prophecies. Nightmares tell you stuff. I prefer nightmares. Why are you talking and not bowing? Bow before the Lady of Dreams.
I already bowed. Didn't
Oh.
you see me? I did it earlier.
Oh, wow. Good. You haven't bowed yet, pointing at Xander. Bow before me. Lady of Dreams will be cursed with nightmares from this day forth.
Sorry, I was muted. Xander does bow, but he does it over-exaggeratedly to just basically to show that he's not really taking it seriously. So he does bow, but it's like over-exaggerated, kind of like mockingly.
A bow's a bow as far as I'm concerned, and you have some cheek to you. I see the look in your eyes. Expect nightmares! Nightmares! Woo! Rainy, you're not bowing?
No, she said that she had, but she hadn't. She was
Oh.
just making a comment that she did it earlier, but she hadn't actually done it. She just said that she had done it. She was trying to play it off that the lady missed it.
Okay, make me a deception check. Because you definitely deceived the DM.
Well, that's why I put it in there, because I wasn't sure if you had caught on that she hadn't actually done it. She was just saying that she did it.
Sure.
Okay.
Oh, I'm watching you. I'm going to consult with the oracles, with the I'm gonna go talk to Versi herself, and if I found you're deceiving me, nightmares all around!
Oh, tell. I haven't seen her in a minute.
Oh, Bercy, her and I are best of friends.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Max, Max, you clerk-looking person, bow before me!
I'm bowing, can't you see?
Bow some more! And she kind of raps you on the back of the head with her cane. Bow some more!
Hey,
Prostrate yourself before me!
don't hit people with staffs. It's not nice.
Look, that didn't hurt. If you want me to hurt, I'll bring you nightmares and attack you in your sleep. Show some respect.
I did.
Good,
We just right back there.
good. I shall also require some gold to be sacrificed to me.
No.
No, nightmares!
I'm sorry. We already. Okay.
5 gold pieces or nightmares all around.
After Taryn bowed, she'd already left to walk towards the forest.
Yeah,
Okay.
I was just waiting for everybody else to
Yeah,
leave.
I've done my part. I'm not in this squabble. I'm gone as well.
So it sounds like you're all kind of wandering away. Nightmares! Expect nightmares that will chill you to your soul. And she keeps on rabbiting on like that as you guys ignore the Lady of Dreams.
We bowed. We fulfilled our bargain.
Wow.
As Xander leaves, he casts Minor Illusion and makes it look like some horrible visage he saw in that horrible dream. You know those shadow monsters?
Ah,
Right
okay.
in front of her.
Ah! I am the cursor of dreams.
Looks like you're afraid of your own creations. And I just walked past.
Okay, very good. Off to Vulcan's forge.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so let me get my notes organized here. So that the Vulcan's Hall, which is very much a operational forge, from the outside, it just looks like a nondescript brick building with carved white stone accents. Oh no, that's the wrong thing. Sorry, I'm reading the wrong one. So near the center of the town is a large building with 4 fortified stone walls and a shingle roof. A sign hangs above the building's heavy bronze-banded doors. It reads, Vulcan's Hall. Inside the hall, you're greeted by a warm glow of embers and blasts of hot air. The room is decorated with a variety of bronze armors, weapons, and farming tools. And a withered-looking dwarf works at the anvil near the blistering forge at the back of the hall. He wipes the sweat from his brow and greets you. But just before he greets you, Malcolm finds his character art. There we go. So that's what he looks like.
That looks like a guy I would want to make armor for me.
That's a fair point. Welcome to Vulcan's Forge. What can I do you for? Looking for swords, armor. I'm the man to talk to in this town. What would you all like? What can I do for you?
We've actually got a few things we'd like to maybe talk with you about. We've got some damaged armor here that was kind of corroded by some gray oozes.
Oh, acid. That's the worst thing that's happened to armor. That's terrible. Let's have a look at it. See what old Vulcan can do for you. And this is scale armor, I believe. Yet.
Did anybody else? It was just Agnes, right?
Yeah, it was.
Well, I hate to tell you this, but look, the cost of repairing this here piece of armor is, shall we say, not worth the armor itself. So I can offer you a couple of gold pieces for scrap. That's about it.
How much
would
just make a whole new one?
For
how much
new,
would a new set of armor cost?
Well, a new set of scale armor, I believe he had, right?
I think so. I'd have to pull it up.
Should be on his character.
It's either that or chain.
Oh, actually, I'll check out his character sheet right here. He had chainmail, in fact. Yeah, so I could give you a couple of gold pieces for this here chainmail. I can use it as scrap. Yeah, I could sell you a new set for just 50 gold pieces.
Okay. Assuming that he also got 129 gold.
He did.
Yeah, everybody did.
As his wife, I will spend 50 of his gold.
There you go.
Right.
And
I must say, if you're interested in something a bit better, I do have some splint armor here. If you're interested, just 200 gold pieces. Maybe a bit of an upgrade for the lad.
afraid he doesn't have that much.
All right.
How much is he short?
I would also like to purchase a set of chain. Is there any
Chainmail?
way you can do kind of a little bit of a discount there?
What you we talking
for
the
his
chain?
armor yeah, I'll pay full price for my chain. Do a little deal for the big guy over here.
Oh, make a persuasion check.
I also had a question.
Yeah, that's right.
I also had a question.
Yeah.
So, I have this here, and I pull out my little half spear that I have. Do you do silvering of weapons? Do you do silver weapons?
Yeah, I could silver up a weapon for you. If you give me 50 gold pieces worth of silver, that will be more than adequate. I can silver it up for you, no problem.
You don't have silver here. I'd have to go get the silver.
Well, yeah, not something people ask me a lot for. You know, I deal in armor, weapons. Silvering's a bit off kilter, but yeah. You bring me the silver, I can silver it up for you.
What kind of weapons do you have available in general for purchase?
Well, I have all sorts of things. I have daggers, hand axes, maces, battle axes, great swords, halberds, long swords, rapiers, scimitars, short sword, crossbows, longbows, short bows, you name it. What are you looking for?
An exceptional rapier.
Oh, all my goods are exceptional, of course. And he brings out a rapier. It looks perfectly fine. Looks well balanced. Yours for only 25 gold pieces, miss.
Well, it appears to be no different than the one I have, so I'll be okay.
All right. Tell you what, man. It might... Like, I
How
could...
much our friends... I'm sorry, go ahead.
Look, I would love to make you the most magnificent rapier you can imagine. But I'm kind of limited by this old forge, you know. This is good. I wish I could go back to the days of making magnificent weapons, but that's behind me. If you'd visited me like 200 years earlier, I could have made you the most magnificent scimitar imaginable.
You talking about your mithril forge?
Oh, my mithril forge. Oh, I miss it so. The weapons I could create for you if I had my forge. I could make you a rapier that would sing through the air as you wielded it. I could make you armor that would repel the bites of the dragons themselves. If only I had my forge.
What if we were trying to relight that?
Well, that would make me a very happy Vulcan. I tell you what. tell you what, if by some miracle you manage to relight my forge again, I will personally go there and I will start crafting you weapons that the gods themselves will talk about.
Okay. Because I do need a sword powerful enough to kill a dragon.
Well, I can definitely make you a magnificent sword, magnificent rapier.
Right.
And
That sounds awesome. I'm assuming you could make a really powerful one of these, and I point at my little half spear.
yep.
But in the meantime, do you just have like another one of these so I could have a backup just in case?
So when you say half a spear, what
I don't
mechanic?
know how to say the word. It's the
The Quilla?
yeah, Yakwa. I don't know how to say it. Equal,
Yeah.
equal, but
Give it a
equal,
nickname.
equal.
Yeah, like I could definitely forge you up a new one. Now, oops, sorry. Now, you do plan to go to this forge, right? Light up my forge for me.
Yeah, Pythor's gonna go with us.
Well, that's actually quite useful. Because I know Pythor has this hammer that he's kind of just, shall we say, holding for me. And given the hammer, given the forge, put 2 and 2 together, I can definitely make some magnificent weapons like that.
What happened with your forge?
I mean,
Why?
that's great. I'm just wondering if you have a backup of one of these right now. Like just a regular one for right now.
I'll tell you what. You seem genuine. I think you are the heroes of the prophecy, right? If I'm not mistaken. You're the chosen of the oracle.
So everybody keeps saying.
Oh, let's just say people talk. There's my brother Pythor. He's been talking to me. So I think I know who you are. And I tell you what. I believe you when you say you're going to light up my forge. So tell you what. As a token of good faith, here's a new Yaquilla. And he hands you over you one. Free of charge. Free of charge.
Thanks. You're a real knight.
But if you want this armor, 200 gold pieces for the what was it? The chain.
No, it was 200 for
splint.
the split mail.
Splint,
50
yeah.
for the chain.
Yeah,
Yep.
I'll still buy the chain.
Chain's
I
75.
still have. I can give him what he needs if he want the upgraded armor for him.
He's
What's the difference between chain and split?
Yeah,
now?
what's the upgrade?
I can't remember the
Is
difference.
it like +1?
So
or-
splint
or
is splint starts at sorry, we're looking at the difference between chainmail base armor class is 16. Splint is 17, so one more. And they both require strengths of 13 and 15.
what?
He'll stay with the 50 that he spent to replace what he had.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, I'll go with the chain.
Chain. Okay, so that's 75 gold pieces. And the armor class will start at 16. Okay.
Yep.
I can spot our friend if when he wants to get a splint mail instead of chain.
I can ask him when he's awake, and I'll put it in the chat if that's what he decided to do.
Yeah. We could just retcon this if you like when Zagnus is back, and we'll let Zagnus choose. We'll just
Okay.
rewind in time. So if he wants the
Yeah.
splint.
Yeah, I'll spot.
I think Xander was asking about why the flames are out.
Yeah, I wanted to. Xander asks. So what happened with the forge? Why it's no longer operational? What happened 200 years ago?
Wow, you're right. 200 years ago. That's actually more like 500 years ago. It's basically at the end of the First Great War, when the Titans ruled and lots of people died, lots of people were sacrificed. Yeah, bad times. Let's just say sacrifices were made, people died, things were let go that perhaps were not shouldn't have been let go. And let's just say the forge went quiet during the very height of the war.
And it hasn't been relit up since then.
Well, some people have attempted to light it up. See, the first war is a complicated thing. I mean, we have the Oath of Peace now, which is great. Versi did a good job of sorting out, we're not basically smashing heads anymore. That's great. I unfortunately had to take an oath as well not to go and relight my forge. So I would like to go and light it myself, but I'm honor bound not to do that. But of course, if somebody lights it up for me, there's no reason I can't start working there again.
Could you tell us how to light it?
Oh, it's been 100, 200 years since I've even looked there and depressed. I'll tell you what, go have a look, tell me what you find, and if you're unable to light it, come back and we can bash heads. I'm honestly at a loss to know what to tell you.
Is there anything specific we need to do that you know of to relight it?
No. I mean, it's a magical forge. I mean, it's a lot harder than just, a bunch of coals and a bit of fire. I don't know. Something magical, I would suspect.
I'm just surprised that Master of your caliber cannot remember his most famous forge how to relay it up.
The great Thylia, the patron saint of this entire area, she was the original person to light the forge. As I said, for reasons, complicated war reasons, it had to be extinguished. Sort of tied up in this Oath of Peace thing. But, as I said, I'm not allowed to do it myself. But if you find a way to light it, wow, the weapons I could make, my goodness.
Pythor's tagging along. You could too.
Yeah.
You took an oath not to.
Yeah,
Not to light it.
Yeah, you wouldn't be lighting it,
Yeah,
technically.
you don't have to light it. You can just come and take a look-see, and if maybe you have an inkling, we can help. We'll do it.
I'll light it. I know how to work a forge.
Yeah, that's kind of pushing the bounds of my oath to vow not to relight it. I think it's best if I just stay away. You got Pythor. He's better with an axe than me anyway.
Fair enough.
The last question I do have.
Yes.
The oaths can be very tricky things. Us relighting this forge, it will not break any oath of peace, for example.
Nope.
Can it be? No? Okay. Because I was worried that it could be taking us. We are breaking oath of peace just to start forging weapons for the war.
Did you take an oath of peace?
I did not personally, no.
See, the oath of peace is between the gods and the Titans, basically to not smash heads for 500 years. And we've not smashed heads. We have not taken arms against them. They have not taken arms against us. So while the oath of peace is fine, you're allowed to go and light the forge. As you didn't take the oath of peace, you made no such oath. So you're good.
Sounds good to me.
You know what? Yeah, blissful ignorance is my thing. Let's do it.
All right, if everybody's okay with it, I'm ready to go.
Sure.
Oh, wow.
I should say thank you, Vulcan. You're very kind.
And let me just say, I can construct magnificent items that will blow your mind. Like every other forger in the business, though, I might need certain special, special ingredients to create the truly most magnificence of items. So just keep that in mind, right? I'm happy to forge for you, but you might need to find some things for me in the interim, just so you understand.
Is there anything we should look out for in particular?
Yes. Let me find out the page where that's on.
Actually, also, do you sell smith's tools?
Oh, I've got an old pair you could buy if you like. Would you like some smith's tools?
I would, yes.
Okay.
25?
Yes. Just take whatever the cost is in the player's handbook. It's 25. That's fine.
20.
Look, I'll tell you what I'll do. I'm going to put together a list of things that I can make you, and someone called Malcolm will send you a list when he's looked up the things.
Perfect.
Great.
So he provides you a list of things that he can build, and I'm just not finding the thing. Yeah, maybe. Just give me 1 second. I'm going to see if I can find it. No, I think I have it here. Okay, how are we going? What's the easiest way to do this? Okay, I'm just going to post this in Discord if you give me just a second. There you go. Have a look in Discord. It should be there now.
That's what he can make?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
As you can imagine, a couple of those things are a little tricky to find, but if you find them, I can forge them for you.
Oh, some of those aren't too
Interesting.
hard. Hmm.
But of course, I need my forge, wherever you look at it, right?
What is a noto kifara?
Notos.
Maybe?
That's true.
Instrument? Or some kind of weird, like, weapon, maybe? It's underneath the weapons, so, or the instruments, so it might be an instrument.
It's a harp.
No
type
one
thing.
that I.
There we go. Okay.
Yeah.
I googled it. Yeah, you can Google it. It's like a ARF type of thing.
There we go.
Cool.
All right. Any other questions?
No.
I'm set.
All right. Best of luck to you.
Appreciate the business. Hopefully there's plenty to be had in the future.
I hope so too. So heading back out into the city?
I think Xander mentioned that he wanted to see if there was any spell scrolls.
Yeah, did you want to
if I'll see some store, I'll stop by. But I don't know if I even have enough gold right now. Just want to.
Yeah,
I
spell
want to hold
scrolls
everybody.
are hard to come by. You won't be able to find any in Estoria. Maybe in Metros, which is the bigger city.
Okay.
So maybe in Metros, but nothing in Astoria.
The last
Right.
thing that for shopping for me is I'd like to see if I don't know if it's possible, but if there's anywhere that sells herbs and ingredients to make healing potions.
That's a good idea. Yeah, I
As
think
I am proficient in the herbalism kit. So I can make healing potions with the right ingredients.
I'll tell you what, we'll put that down to an investigation check. Make me a straight investigation check, please.
Oh, I'm not great at investigation. This is gonna
I'll give her guidance.
Okay.
I'll also be looking for this type of thing since I think we do need potions. They saved our butts a few times.
Okay, at advantage with a D4.
Yeah, it's the first. Oh, that was a good roll. Sorry, it's -1. I don't know why I accidentally just did it straight. So that's a 16 plus a D4.
Okay.
So it's a 19.
It's a 19. I'll say you do find enough herbs to make 2 potions of healing, but the ingredients will cost you 25 gold pieces per potion, as it were. So half
Okay,
price, in other words.
Yeah, that's the benefit. The downside is I have to find time to make them.
Yeah. So if you drop 50 gold pieces, you have enough to construct 2 potions.
Alrighty, I will put that in my notes. And then, just because I don't know if I've ever done it with you, do you require me to have 8 hours of solid time to make one, or can I do like an hour or 2 a day when we go to rest and combine that time to make one? I'm fine either way. I just don't know how you.
I think it's going to take a day of downtime. I think it's more of a downtime activity. So you need a solid day to sit down and do your thing. And Xander, you're looking for actual health potions? No one's actually... Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
No one's...
Okay, that's
no
fine.
one's
I've rolled one.
Oh, well, there we go. There we go. Haven't done one of these yet, so there's a wah-wah for you.
I deserve it.
Oh, I feel bad now. Let me cheer you up. Okay. Mags, I think you have someone you want to talk to?
Yeah, the Theracles.
Okay. So you know Theracles and Coroner as off in the vineyards. So you head out to the East Gate. Now the East Gate is strangely, not really guarded at all. And if you look at the world around here, around Estoria, like all these rocks and bits and pieces, they're kind of in here. So they're very safe from raids. So the East Gate is relatively unknown, relatively unguarded. But you head to the Estorian vineyards, and this lonely vineyard is on the outskirts of the city. Wooden trestles erupt from the till soil in neat, symmetrical rows. Healthy green vines wind around these structures, bearing a bountiful crop of brilliant purple grapes. After some walking, you find a fit, middle-aged man among the vines, pruning the plants with great care. Upon hearing you, he turns to greet you. But before he even gets a chance to greet you, this little girl just comes barreling past, and she just leaps into your arms. It's Magdalena! I am so happy to see you! It's Coroner. She's giving you a massive hug, and you almost buckle under her weight. Mags!
Ow. Oh, hey.
You're my hero. Did you know that?
I appreciate that. I'm glad you made it back safe.
Well, not only me, all my
Good,
friends made it back safe as well, man. That Demetria with the mind trickery, man, you taught her a lesson. Thanks, Mags, you're the best.
Yeah, absolutely. Where's the DeLorean or Lorius? He made it back as well. I'm hoping.
Oh, Lorius, he did make it back. He led us and he did a great job. He's I think he was hoping to meet up with you at the Dragon's Tooth, which is a local drinking establishment. I've never been there myself. I'm too young, but sure Lorius would like to see you because kind of likes you.
Well, I think he leached on to Terran after me, but we did promise him a night of drinking.
Well, yeah, I'm sure he's waiting for you. And while she's doing this, you see a man, and he's just smiling at this interaction. And he comes up to you and says, "Well, I believe you're this person Magdalena my daughter talks so fondly about."
Yeah, that would be me.
And you must be Taryn, Rainey, and Xander, if I'm not mistaken.
Hi.
Thunder nuts.
I owe you everything. My daughter was taken in by this Demetria thing with promises of ascension and all sorts, and as you discovered that, and that I've learned, you've managed to break this spell that this Demetria had. And not only on my daughter, but many of the youth around town. I literally owe you everything. Thank you.
Yeah, no thanks required. Seemed like the thing to do.
Well, do not think I'm unappreciative. As I said, I owe you everything, but unfortunately, I don't have everything to give you. I do have something that I would like to give you, though, as a small part of saying thank you. It's this old javelin I have. I'm not seeing it in the list here. So this javelin is, shall we say, not sure everyday run of the mill javelins. I think perhaps one of you could find it quite useful, says Malcolm, slightly multitasking here. This javelin, you see, when you throw it, you speak the command word, and the command word is actually the name of my daughter, Coroner. So, when you hurl it, say the word Coroner, and my simple javelin will transform into a bolt of lightning. Anything between you and your target will need to move aside quickly or be affected by the lightning. Please, take this from me as a gift to you.
One-time use, or?
One time per day.
Yeah,
I mean, I can't throw javelins, but I'm sure one.
I would be honored to take it.
All right.
Corna is your little bestie.
Okay,
I appreciate it. I'm sure I will get some type of use out of it.
Cool. So if you want whoever's taking it, you can have a javelin of lightning to your character sheet.
Oh, hell yeah.
Oh, I mean, easy enough to find on D&D Beyond, but I'll put a
you
description.
can,
Yeah.
You can definitely load it up there.
Yeah.
I can actually, my race, I can switch to a weapon proficiency after a long rest, so that's
Yeah.
actually pretty
Sick.
sick.
Yeah.
Perfecto.
So just so everybody knows. Oh, what? Why isn't that loading up? Ah, there we go. Okay, so this is what the javelin looks like. Why are you being so slow? Stop being slow. Yeah, so that's what it looks like, the javelin.
Awesome.
Yep, and this is what it does. Oh, that was just to me. Yeah, I'll copy it. Don't know why it whispered to me, but that is what it does.
Yeah, that's nice.
Well, I hope it keeps you safe. Like, as I said, my daughter is everything. Ever since my wife died, it's just been me and Coroner. And while we get by with our vineyard, it's hard, but please, just take this as I have no use for it. So I'm glad you've accepted this gift, and I pray that it will serve you well.
Yeah, this
Glad
this
that we
will
could help.
definitely
We're just
we'll
happy the coroner.
make sure it gets put to good use, and yes, we're definitely happy they got back safely. Hopefully, business will pick up soon.
Oh, no, I hope so. I mean, while we're hanging on with our vineyard here, it has proved difficult. As you no doubt know, Sidon is the Lord of Storms, and we haven't seen as much water here as we used to, so crops are struggling. I'm sure maybe, if from what I hear, Venora was sacrificed, maybe the rains would come again. I don't know. We can only hope.
That's something we're working on.
See, Dad, I told you they're amazing. They're going to make it rain as well.
That Sander whispers him, you can build aqueducts and divert water from the river as well.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Do you want to be a partnership in the vineyard? I thought we could do that. Put some aqueducts in, maybe 500 gold pieces. You want to become partners in the vineyard?
Actually, I would not mind that.
Maybe eventually.
Yeah, eventually. Right now, I don't think we have enough.
But
500 gold.
take
we'll
my contact
definitely come back.
information. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, aqueducts. I'd love to filter water here, but I'd have to run it through town, around buildings. I'd probably go the long way, actually. And that's the problem. The long way goes through the mountains, so...
We have some sway in town, so...
Well, that would be good. Yeah, but you're looking at least 500 gold pieces in materials, and then there's complications with the construction. But sure, yeah.
Yeah, and actually, sorry if I'm jumping in. We also know a person who would love to buy wine.
Oh, okay. Well, good. Yeah, well, maybe once you've finished making it rain or whatever it is you're up to, then sure. Let's go into partnership, Sander.
Definitely. And it's all of us. We're a team here.
Oh, all right. It's only one thing better than one partner. It's 6 partners. All Right, anyhow, where are my manners? You're here visiting my home. Why don't we grab some food together? I'll whip something up in the kitchen.
Sure.
Okay, so
I'll stay.
So he,
We'll take a nice little sip.
I can go for a good meal.
so he takes you back to his house amongst the vineyards, and we don't need to play this out unless you want to. But he prepares a nice, simple meal. It's hearty, it's filling. He gives you some wine to drink as well. I'm not sure any of you are wine connoisseurs. It's good wine, but it's not great wine.
White wine.
It's red wine. Only does reds.
I
Oh,
like.
well, reds. What we got?
Taryn's already thrown back like 3 of them. It's delicious.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good. It's just not great, but it's definitely above average. And during the meal, Coroner is just sitting next to you and Magdalena, and just babbling along about things she's seen in the forest, squirrels and the like, and she's obviously enamored with you. But eventually the lunch goes well. You drink your fill of wine. I'm not sure how many Taryn knocked back, but plenty of going around. 3, okay. And
I
Derek,
had one, but it was like really full.
more like a mug as opposed to a glass. Okay, cool. So Theracles, thanks you once again, Coroner. Makes you promise to visit her again, Magdalena. And eventually the lunch comes to a close and you enter back into Estoria.
Right. So we want to follow upriver, right?
Yeah.
So here's my question. We got beat up real bad just a little while ago. Does anybody here still have healing potions?
No.
Crickets.
Right. So I found some stuff. I could make a couple, but I need some time to do it. So my question is do we want to head up now, or maybe I can get 1 or 2 of these done and then we head up?
We could always go meet with Lorius. We did say we'd have dinner with him.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you can have dinner with me. I could work on this.
Sure.
And we could might be able to finish one today, and then maybe one tomorrow. We leave tomorrow afternoon.
And that would leave us
And
with
then
what, five more days, right?
Yeah.
6. We get 7 days, so 6 more days if we left tomorrow. So about 5.5 tomorrow if we left in the afternoon.
While you were talking to Pythor earlier, a suggestion that I had made is if we do go and take out these creatures, we could see if maybe they would let a group of people trade places. I don't know if it's like a 1-for-1 trade for Enora or not, but I feel like 6 of us could survive overnight, even if we can't defend ourselves, because they're not all attacking one person. But that was just a suggestion.
Of course. It's something to talk about. I have something to talk about on that front, but maybe after we confront the creatures and see what's up there. I have some thoughts. But why don't you guys go enjoy Glorious, and I'll work on some backup.
Just one point to this, says Kyra. If you do, one of you do end up on the, let's just say, the nicest possible way, the chopping block, no weapons, no armor, just a sacrificial robe. That's all you're allowed to take. So keep that in mind.
Do you see what I'm wearing right now?
Sorry, what was that?
I said, do you see what I'm wearing right now?
Oh,
Robe.
well, yeah. I'm just saying, right? Like our old big old Zagnus over there. You know, he's good at swinging around things and putting armor on. Let's just say he's slightly less effective when he's just wearing a robe.
Fair.
So just something to keep in mind. Something to keep in mind.
Of course. Of course. Well, I am gonna go find a nice little spot. Is there like a park in town or somewhere that's like kind of naturey but not super outside of town that I could just go hang out in and try to boop boop make some stuff?
You'd be more than welcome to return to the King's Palace and take up a room there. Or you could go to the Dragon Shrine, that would be another place you could do it.
There's nowhere that's... Does the Dragon Shrine have somewhere that's like outdoors?
Yeah,
like...
does.
Okay. Then I will go to the gardens at the Dragon Shrine to make one healing potion today and then sleep and make another one in the morning.
Okay, cool. So you head off there. The rest of you are going to the Dragon's Tooth. Okay, just a second. Okay. So, Rain goes over and starts getting these potions ready for you. Aesop is happy to accommodate you there and gives you any help he can, but you're taking the lead on this. And you head over to the Dragon's Tooth. Now, the Dragon's Tooth. From the outside, it looks like a nondescript brick building with carved white stone accents. And the popular public house distinguishes itself by the sheer amount of activity in and around it. Patrons regularly drift in and out of varying states of sobriety. The scent of food and raucous conversations emanate from the open doors and windows. Now, as you see Laureus, and he waves you over. Can I have the three of you that are there, or roll me a d8, please? So everyone except Rain, in other words. Okay, Magdalena, roll again. Just so we have three different numbers. Roll another 7, too bad. Okay. So as you're wandering through, you hear a lot of people talking. This is apparently the place to, exchange gossip and bits of things. What you hear, Magdalena, and this kind of works as well, you hear about how a bunch of teenagers have been rescued and how the prophecies chosen have saved them. And they're basically talking up how great they are. They've got their back to you, but you hear about talks about the great Magdalena, the great Terran, Rainy, Xander, Zagnus, and Estoria, and what a marvelous job they did saving these children. Seems you're getting a little bit of respect. Some of you were cursed and, not exactly greeted into town, but now things are turning around. Terran.
Yeah.
There's a lot of talk about, it's hard because there's a lot of love, it seems, for King Pythor. Everybody loves King Pythor. He's a good guy, but he's kind of losing it a bit. Everybody loves him as a person, but there's a lot of questions about him as a king. Great guy, great king, not so much. And there's people starting to sort of say, maybe Princess Honora would be a better leader than the king. So there's conversations around that. And Xander, you hear talk about how there's some copper mines of Estoria and they're struggling to produce enough ore. And people are worried that when the Oath of Peace is ended, that maybe things will come down to swords and shields, and they're worried that not enough bronze ore is being mined. And there's talks of someone says, maybe if the mithril mines were opened. And I said, it's probably that fool. You've listened to that fool Vulcan. He thinks he's a god. He's just a fool. Mithril mines will never open. So that's what you guys hear as you enter. If you wish to engage further in any one of those conversations, let me know. But that's just what you hear in passing as you see Lorius waving.
I mean, I agree that it sounds like she would be a better leader than the king.
You're talking to the people?
Oh, just in general. Just to the table.
Okay.
And Xander
I
will
mean,
just
sure, why not?
I'm sorry. Xander will just mention to the party about what he heard about mines, but he's not really engaging with people.
Okay.
He's not
In
big.
addition to my already. Oh, sorry.
He's just not big a socialite. That's all.
So you relay what you heard to the party, which the players heard anyway, so I won't repeat.
I know that I already had 3 glasses of wine, but I'm gonna keep drinking here.
Okay. I'm going to have you make a constitution save then. You are knocking back the wine.
Woo!
Yeah. So until you rest come morning, I'm going to say you're under the poison condition. So disadvantages on stuff. So you're knocking them back perhaps...
Can we get some bread? Maybe a little coffee?
Hey! I'm over here! Come sit down, I saved a seat for you! Tyrion!
Go
Max!
over there, and I'm gonna like perch on the chair like a bird, since I do have bird feet.
Yep. Wow, I'm so pleased you guys are here. Taryn, nice to see you. Max, hi. Yeah, I got the kids back, guys. I'm feeling mighty proud about myself.
Gonna
Yeah,
pat
you
him
know
on
what?
the head.
Oh,
Great job.
oh, that's nice. Can you pat me on the head again?
I'm just gonna pat him on the head again. I'm drunk as heck.
And he says, well, you guys are quite the talk of the town. And he kind of sides up right next to Taryn and kind of puts the arm on her shoulder and says, you guys are just the talk of the town. I mean, you saved all those kids. That's amazing.
All in a day's work.
We're glad to help them.
Wow, man, this is why I like you guys so much. You're so humble. You're so caring. You're so loving. You guys are the best.
Well, I hope you're getting some of that recognition too, right? Like you got them back to town.
Oh, yeah, that's true. I feel it was a, shall we say, undeserved hero's welcome. People are obviously happy to see the kids, but yeah, I said, the mighty Taryn here. Gives Taryn a little squeeze with his arm. The mighty Taryn here, the leader of this group. She was magnificent.
Oh, I, even drunk, would not say that. I'm no leader. Mags
No.
did a great job.
You know what leaders say, right? They say they're not a leader. So you saying you're not a leader just speaks volumes about the leader that you are. Anyway, can I buy you another drink,
See, this is one
Taryn?
of those. It's a trick question scenario.
Yeah,
Great questions.
like
You
this.
seem like you like adventure, Lorius.
Oh well, I've done my fair share. I've done a bit of adventuring. Why would you like?
Pythor is joining us on an adventure you should come to.
No way, Pythor. Oh,
Yeah.
where are you going?
I don't remember.
You
I'm
don't-
so drunk.
Oh, Mags, Xander, where are you guys going?
We're going down to the forge.
Oh,
We
the
are,
forge.
we need to put fire in there.
Taryn, can you make a persuasion check? I'm going to say flat. Number 1, you're drunk. Number 2, he likes you. So let's cancel each other out. Well, you know, it's been said that nowadays I'm more a lover than a fighter, but yeah, I don't want to die, and you know, it's I might just pass if that's okay.
Well, maybe with some practice, eventually, maybe in the future, you know, if he gains some skills, maybe you can join us, and I'll hand him over my longsword.
Well, sweetheart, I've got skills, but let's say it's not wielding this type of sword. You want me to
It's the funniest thing I've ever heard in my life.
Would you like me to practice my swordplay? Max?
No, not me. I've sworn an oath of celibacy. I'm sorry. It's, you know, duty and all.
Oh, what did you think I was talking about? You handed
He's
me a
using
sword.
short sword, not a long sword.
Oh. Sorry, I don't get jokes.
If you want me to practice with this sword... Who handed in the sword, sorry?
Max.
It was Mags.
Yeah.
I will practice this, and maybe I can join you on future adventures.
Yeah. You do that.
Behind Mag's bag center, he points to the to Mags and says, "Leader," like quietly with just his lips.
All right,
It would
well,
be far more fun if you
would
joined
a
us.
passive perception of 15 see that?
see what in particular, sorry?
No, he was telling it to you, wasn't he?
Was he?
Xander?
Yeah,
Who,
Xander.
me? No,
Yeah.
Xander was behind the
Oh,
Mags,
got it.
pointing, looking to the. I'm sorry, I forgot the name of that.
Glorious.
Glorious, yeah. Pointing, looking at him, pointing at Mag, and like just lips saying, "Leader."
Okay.
So probably I'm not also a little bit drunk, so I don't know. It's probably easy to see it, to realize that I'm doing that.
Well, since our leader has taken it upon himself to train you in the long sword,
I'm not training.
I
him.
think
I mean,
I think this would be a lovely experience, and you could join us on our adventures, and we would have so much fun.
Well, you don't need to go on adventures to have fun. We could stay right here. Look, I know you've got this prophecy and you're all the chosen one, and I know you're going to do magnificent things. But there is literally a wine festival here happening at the moment.
I love wine.
Well, tell you what, let's follow up with a second. I know no one's going to go just with me by themselves, but maybe we'll have another group date. And come morning, let's go to the Agora, or to the amphitheater, and let's watch a play there. I mean, there's lots of artistic types there. They love to talk, they love to socialize, and they usually have a party here afterwards. So?
Well, I love wine and parties. I'm so down, and who knows? Maybe you'll get drunk enough to decide to come with us.
No. Well, let's see. Well, come to the amphitheater. Perhaps we'll talk more about it come morning. But anyway, what are we talking for? Let's drink! And he magnanimously offers you, buys another round for you. And drink. Okay. So, you drink, and Laureus continues his endless flirting with anybody who's listening to you. Less interested in Mags, more interested in Taryn at the moment. And after a while, a dwarf comes up to you. And he kind of sits yourself at his table. He's got a drink of ale and says, excuse me. Might I have a word with you lot? I got a bit of a proposition for you.
What's that?
Look, I couldn't help but overheard that you guys are heading to the Mithril Mines. Is that true?
Depends on who's asking.
Well, I'm asking. It's me. Yeah, my name is Reckon. I'll put that in the chat for you. And look, history is important. Remembering one's ancestors is important. Now, during the Great War, many of my kin, some people, grandfathers, great-grandfathers, who fought in the First Great War, and they tried as they might to defend the Mithril Forge. They were eventually defeated. And ancestors are important. They're very important to me, and they're very important to my kin. So, I need to know, are you going to the Mithril Mines? Because if you are, I've a favour to ask, a favour which I will repay with in gold.
We're totally going.
You're totally going.
We're so going.
Well, you see, during the Great War, many dwarves sacrificed their lives in defense of the Mithril Mines. I don't know how many were lost, but many were lost. Hundreds, some say thousands. But the Mithril Mine fell nevertheless. Now, me and my dwarven people haven't really had the chance to grieve without something to grieve over, as it were. So if you could, while you're there, if you could look around and find bones, skulls of my ancestors, I'll pay you richly for any remains you can come back with. So let's just make it an easy proposition. Bring back what you can. But if you could bring back skulls of my ancestors, I can pay you 50 gold pieces for any skulls you bring back. Now it might seem...
How many skulls?
So I have no issue with that. My only question is, does this fall under the whole grave robbing thing?
Well, Kara says, no, you're covered here. This isn't grave robbing. You're returning the remains of this guy's ancestors back to him.
Kira's telling us that?
Kira's telling you that.
Okay. Yeah, fine. Sure. I'll keep an eye out for him.
I mean, the dwarf continues. I know it might seem a bit grim, a bit dark, but, you know, if your ancestors were lost and you never had a chance to bury them, I think you'd take what you could get.
Oh, I completely, I understand. I will, we'll keep an eye out for any, is there anything in particular, like, is there... Like, did they have their own, like, is there, like, a section for them, or would it just be kind of anywhere randomly?
I think it'd be anywhere randomly. I mean, as I said, they fell defending the forge, and, yeah, probably picked clean by vermin, I imagine. So just keep an eye out. As I said, any skull you bring back me, 50 gold pieces.
Yeah, we'll look out.
All right, so look me up. Reckon's my name. And, yeah. Please do your best to bring back my ancestors. I'd very much appreciate it.
Cool. Yeah, we'll do.
Okay. And the dwarf leaves you alone. Okay, so by now, we'll say that it's like 7, 8 p.m. at night. Laureus seems as if he's just getting worked up. You guys going to revel with him throughout the evening or anything else you want to do?
Totally party time.
Okay.
I'll hang around, but I think I'm drinking water at this point.
Okay.
I don't want to hang over.
Good. Okay, Cadus, I think you're already... Oh, Taryn. Cadus, you're participating. Why don't you make me a con save too? Oh, wow. You can take your wine, no problem.
She rallied.
Xander, what are you drinking?
Whatever is in front of me, I guess.
Yeah.
Well, the beers keep coming. So Xander, make me a con save as well. Yeah, it's starting to look all green around the gills. I mean, there's a different progression here. Taryn looks wasted. What? Taryn? Wait.
I was wasted.
And then
I suppose I'm just not further wasted.
Ah, yes, yes.
not blackout. It's still wasted.
Yes, yes.
Not black.
Yeah, okay, cool.
She's a brownout right now.
Yeah. I was thinking there should have been one more, but yeah, Rainy's somewhere else. That's where I was getting slightly confused. Okay.
Yeah.
So
I'm working.
That's good. Okay, so the evening progresses, you get drunk. Eventually people start stumbling back to their place at 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. The bar closes down there as well, and everybody leaves. You three of you stumble out, except for Mags is the one responsible adult amongst the group here.
I got this.
So the rest are kind of doing the classic drunk, holding on to one of your shoulders, stumbling. Maybe.
I'll cast bless on the three of them.
Okay, bless. They stumble a little less as your bless goes off, but still people are stumbling around. Where are you taking them, Mags?
I mean, I guess we'll find an inn, right?
You're more than welcome to stay at the King's Palace if you'd like to go there.
Yeah, sure. I don't see why not.
Oh, you could stay at the Dragon's Tooth as well. The Dragon's Tooth would be the other inn you could stay at. There's facilities there, but it would cost you.
Yeah, palace is fine.
Okay, so you head back to the palace. Mags dragging Cadus and Xander along.
There's already one giant drunk guy here. Let's bring two more.
All right, and you do the nice thing. You settle them into the beds, take off their shoes, and morning comes. 10, 11 o'clock in the morning. You guys wake up. Rainy, one healing potion done.
Woo!
Okay.
Nice.
You starting work on another one?
I am indeed.
Okay.
We'll go to sleep and then wake up and immediately start work on another.
Okay, so we'll say like 2, 3 o'clock in the afternoon. You'll be done. That'll give you enough time to do it. Okay, the rest of you stumble out of bed. What do you do? And your poison condition is gone. That's more for flavour than anything. But you feel like crap. What do you do?
I'd be forcing them to drink some coffee, probably.
Okay.
No coffee, thank you.
Just water,
Okay.
please.
Just water.
I'll drink coffee. It's fine.
Aaron is just kind of very dazed, staring at the wall.
Okay.
Xander casts Mage Hand that carries his cup of water with him all the time.
Very good. After you, well, some of you hold your head because it's breathing is too loud. Lorius wanders in and says, "Hi, you look like shit, but I don't want to shout, Is everybody okay?
Oh, I'm fine.
We're great, and I don't look like shit.
Well, fair. You look like positively radiant. Do you guys still want to see the play? Do you think you're up for it?
Will there be wine there?
Yes, it's a festival of wine.
Perfect.
Let's do it.
All right. So.
Oh, also, I'll do the thing for Terran's weapon again.
Oh, okay,
Oh,
cool.
yeah.
The Forge Blessing.
So that's a +1 rapier now, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's considered magical as well?
I don't...
Yeah,
Becomes a
it
magic
becomes
item.
a mag-
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, because so many monsters have resistance to non-magical weapons, so just a distinction. Okay, so you head over to the amphitheater. The amphitheater is about half full, and the performance is just starting. It seems as if Laureus has brought you here just at the right time. And oops. Yeah, so it's an open air theatre. It's the bottom of a hill, sort of towards the lower areas of the city. And rows of seats form inlaid stone bricks spread up the slope of this hill, giving onlookers a clear view of the performances below. And you see there's a whole troupe there of about 12 or so actors. There's 2 people kind of leading, like giving introductions, welcoming people. One of them looks like a human, the other one looks like a nymph. And actually, everybody there make an insight check. 22, Terran, still a bit fuzzy perhaps. And who's the last one? Xander.
What are your insights?
Insight, yeah. Okay, so I'll explain what's happening, and I'll explain what these insight rolls mean after that. You see a human. Says, "Hi, welcome to the production of Esther and the First War. We'll be doing a historical account. My name is Seema, and welcome to the and my name is Arya." And this is where your insight check comes out. This first person, this human, kind of stares dagger at this other person as she kind of talks over top of her. "And my name is Arya. Welcome to the show. While we put on these shows for free, someone will be coming by with a hat at the end of it. Feel free to put in some copper pieces." And then Seema, the first person, says, "And the show will go on. As I said before, my name is Seema. I am the master of ceremonies here, and enjoy the show." And Xander and Magdalena, you noticed Seema and Arya are kind of staring daggers at each other's. Like, I guess, every theatre production ever in the history of the universe ever, there are politics involved with these things. People tend to become either bitter enemies or great lovers, and sometimes both at the same time. And they're putting on a play about Estoria and the First War. So I'll give you a brief synopsis of the play they put on. And Kira says, "Oh, this is interesting. They're actually pretty much nailing the history on the head. So this is a really good play." Now, it tells the story of 2 brothers, Telemach and Esther Archelander. Now, you immediately remember that Esther is the guy on the ship who's never alive nor dead and wandering around. Telemach, the elder, dreamed of being a great king. He offered his protection and that of his dragon to anyone who would swear allegiance to him. He promised a future in which the so-called civilized species had utter dominance over Thylea and the Fey creatures. And mortals of all races flocked to his banners. He built fortresses and cities to protect his followers from attack, and the foundation of which would one day become the great kingdom of Mitros. And the ranks of his army, under the command of his younger brother Estor, swelled. Now for Tillamook, the war was merely a tool, a way to build and secure the future of his people. Estor, however, cared little for the future. He had no joy, no desire to rule or govern. His only joy was battle. Most, including his dragon, thought he was a brave hero seeking glory. The truth was far worse, for war was the only way that Estor could satisfy his bloodlust and cruelty. And his victories on the battlefield meant nothing beyond the chance of slaughter and carnage. Under the rule of Tillamook, his kingdom grew. It expanded into Gygon territory. If you remember, you met a Gygon in the Mossy Temple. There's six four-armed creatures. Knowing the one-eyed, six-armed giants would not be welcome outside, he commanded Estor to lead his army against them. In Tillamook's mind, his brother would break the Gygon ranks and force the giants to bend the knee. Estor, however, had different plans. Riding on his dragon, he led the charge that routed the Gygons. The giants fought bravely, but they were no match for the Dragonlord and his mount. Once they knew the battle was lost, the Gygons threw down their weapons in surrender. Estor, however, refused to take prisoners, refused to parley, and to the horror of his dragon mount, he ordered his troop to massacre every single Gygon warrior. The Gygon threat was gone, but Estor was not finished. He pushed his soldiers onwards to the towns where the Gygons lived. Their warriors slayed the remainder that were now defenseless. Estor's dragon begged him to show mercy, but he was deaf to her pleas. His army massacred mothers, children, the old and the infirm. Only a handful of Gygons escaped to warn the other Fey folk of Estor's atrocity. The unbridled slaughter revealed Estor's true nature, and his dragon abandoned him. The consequences of Estor's actions went much further. Seeing this slaughter, Lutheria finally recognized the threat that these newcomers posed, and she released Sidon from his vow to not harm them. With his fury finally unleashed, Sidon gathered a great army of Fey creatures and led them against the so-called civilized races that had butchered the Gygons. Sidon meant to drive invaders into the sea. So this is what started the Great War. The First War had begun. Now, the atrocities of Estor drove his dragon to abandon him. But even without his mount, Estor continued his murderous campaign against the native creatures as the captain of the Ultros, a magical ship with a crew nearly as savage and bloodthirsty as Estor himself. The crew of the Ultras ravaged the islands of Thylea, leaving slaughter in their wake. Sidon threw everything against this vessel, trying to smash it with 100-foot waves or drag it down to the bottom of the sea. The magic of the Ultras was so powerful even the god of storms could not sink it. With Sidon's failure, it fell to Lutheria to find a way to end Estor's reign of terror. She approached the barbaric captain in a dream. If Estor swore to end his massacres against her children, she would give him and his crew eternal life by ritual magic. Estor was naturally wary of such a trap, particularly when approached by a naked goddess in his dreams. But he knew he was safe on the Ultras. Even the goddess of death could not harm him. Seduced by the goddess, he woke from the dream and slit the throats of his officers as a blood sacrifice to begin his immortality ritual. Lutheria came to him on a cold wind, swooping in from a void of a moonless night to land on the deck of the Ultras. The captain, as Estor now styled himself, was enchanted by her cold, cruel beauty and lay with the goddess to consummate the arrangement. The two were surrounded by the leering corpses of his butchered men. As the first rays of sun climbed over the horizon, Lutheria vanished. The officers that Estor had murdered rose to their feet. Though they all knew Estor had betrayed them, Lutheria's ritual bound them to his will. When they saluted their captain, Estor let out a great roaring laugh. He knew he had been blessed by Lutheria and would never die. The blessing by the goddess of death soon revealed its nature as a curse. Estor and his crew could not die, but they still felt pain. Wounds would not kill them, but neither would they heal. Instead, they festered and rotted. Age could not touch them, but they felt the ravages of disease and illness. Lutheria was true to her word. As the years turned into decades, and then centuries, they did not die, but they endured as twisted and disfigured creatures, trapped in a world between life and death, as they were slowly driven mad. After centuries of torment, Estor and his crew tried to break Lutheria's curse with a second ritual. They sought the release of death, but the mistress of death would not grant them peace. Their bodies decomposed and fell away, but their spirit was bound to the Ultros, now a ship manned by Ghost and doomed to forever sail the seas of Thylia. And that is the story of Estor Acalander and the curse and how the first war started. Now, I know there was a lot in there, and as we draw to the end of the session, what I'm going to do, I'm going to copy that, put it in a document, share it, read it at your leisure, and I think that will be a good point to end tonight's session.
Thank you, Malcolm.
Cool. Yeah.
Righty.
Stuff.
Ruby.
Okay, cool. Hopefully we'll... is Zagnus... I think Zagnus is coming next week, right?
Well,
You
you're not.
said next week.
Oh, I'm not. No, I'm driving with my son. You're right. So no session next week. And we'll see after that. Okay, well, we'll see you in 2 weeks, guys. Fun as always.
Alrighty.
Okay,
Bye,
Yep.
guys.
Good
take care.
Later.
Bye.
Safe trip.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.